It is 3 AM, so you know what that means? It's time to hatch a new legendary dragon! Because why the heck not? So, we are going to be hatching the legendary Deco and the beautiful little Chameleon Dragons today. So the Deco, we got very lucky and bred him on like our third try. Very, very cool looking dragon. Some people disagree. I personally love the guy and his little animation for his like chest piece there. So, this luminous beauty fills trainers' hearts with pride. The Deco Dragon likes to pose artfully upon buildings or in the middle of town. It's hard to look away. Again, he just looks so regal. If you touch him, he does fall asleep a little bit as well, which is adorable. But the Deco Dragon is basically the same as the Crystal Dragon. So it is an Earth and Light Dragon. And to be honest, he's really not that good. If you were considering using him on, say, a team, to be honest, he's probably not worth it. Because there are just better dragons out there, and you know, if you get too defensive with your teams, it can get sort of problematic later on against Plant and Shadow and such. But definitely a dragon I'm happy to add to our collection at least, because again, I love what he looks like. Cold joke. Ha! You're a joke! Joke! Well, what a funny joke. This is what happens when I stay up in the middle of the night. But, you know, again, I am happy to have him. I do prefer his adult form to his baby form quite a lot. I mean, just look at the guy. He's got basically my favourite colour as all of his gemstones, and he just looks like some sort of regal protector, which I think is the thing that I like. So, there is our little Deco Dragon. Hopefully we don't accidentally breed any more during the, I guess the Egyptian events, because that would be unfortunate. But we got him nice and quick. So then the other guy that we have, like I said, is the Chameleon Dragon. He has, like, the plainest egg I have ever seen. But, again, I love how realistic he looks. He looks a lot more realistic than a lot of the other dragons tend to. So, able to adapt to any situation, the Chameleon Dragon always feels right at home. Now, if only this trainer could convince it to stop blending into the background whenever it's time to do the dishes. What a guy. I mean, you know, I'll be honest, I would try and avoid doing the dishes as much as I could as a child, but still, imagine camouflaging yourself just to avoid the chores. That's, like, quite excessive. But he is a water, plant, and light epic, and I still think there are better epics out there than the Chameleon. If this was the only epic you had, then he isn't that bad, but he's just not as good as something like the Black Hole and quite a lot of the other epics. But oh, I love him! I waited so long for this guy to be re-released. I'm so happy they released him in the boss challenge. Did take a very long time, but our patience finally paid off. We didn't buy him in any of those expensive bundles. We waited and waited, and sooner he finally came to be. So, I'm really, really happy with those two new dragons, but obviously we've got the new events and such, with even more dragons that we're looking to get, especially Ra. But, let's go and take these two in for a quick fight, so we can at least see what they look like during battle. I mean, I always try and find the same fight, but there's like no level 10 fights anywhere. Oh, whatever, this works. So we're gonna have to scroll all the way down. There's Suna. There's Joke. And I don't think we have another level 10, do we? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going through the list of nearly 400 dragons. Yeah, whatever. We'll put Nuki in as well. So these two do have a similar body type, but obviously the Deco has the new, air quotes, body type that is essentially the Kronos Dragon's body type, if you've ever taken a look at him. But I don't know, with these new apparent body type dragons like the Deco and the Duskwing, I'm waiting for them to add new animations, because they have the same animations as the Snow Dragon does. Like, if you click on them, they do the same thing. Whereas with most dragons with different body types, they have a different animation. So, I'm not sure what the gist of it was when they were going for these new dragons, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for their animations to be added at some point. I'm looking at you, Gameloft. Better do it soon. So, that is all of the hatching and that I wanted to get out of the way for now. But I did want to remind you, because if you remember, we said that we were going to be holding a special competition, air quotes, where you have to tell us and post screenshots of how many tiles you got from the chests in Chapter 2 of the Divine event. So the King's Tomb floors, you see, I got 15 of them. But we're holding a competition so that the person that got the most floor tiles gets a special role in the Discord. What do you mean that's a weird competition to hold? Well, everyone that participates does have a chance of getting their own special role anyway, and the winner will also get a random piece of fan art as has been decreed. So literally all that you have to do is come and join the Discord server, go to the Tile Master competition section and post your screenshot of how many floor tiles you have. And you can see all of these people that have participated. 2 tiles, 13, 11, 29, 12, 30. We got a ton of people that have already entered. So, you know, if you're looking to have a little bit of fun, go and read up on it in the Discord and, you know, say hello to everyone as well. I mean, the Discord's been super duper active today with people talking like non-stop. So, it's been a pretty crazy day. So, you know, I guess this is just one of our dumb little competitions that we can hold while there's not really a whole lot else to do. But that is everything that I wanted to get out of the way for now. But if you haven't noticed, in the shop, there is currently a bundle out for the Gem Dragon. Although I wouldn't really consider this, I guess, that worthwhile. Because you get him, 250 blue scarabs and 125 gems. To be honest, the Gem Dragon out of everything doesn't cost that much, but 250 scarabs is nothing, and 125 gems you could just get out of buying the clam subscription for a lot cheaper. So, personally, I would wait for a more interesting or better bundle, but it's up to you. You know, if you want to spend your money on bad bundles, I mean, be my guest. That is your choice. Do whatever you want to do in life, but you know, I will tell you that there will probably be better bundles out there at some point. Especially if they put more gems on sale for Chapter 4, aka the second Divine Chest stuff. So, you know, again, that is up to you to decide whether you want to take advantage of that. But, in the Golden Pyramid 2, you'll see we're still on level 2 at the moment because, of course, we are having to open more chests than I would like. But will we move on? Let's see. No, of course not. It's level 2 and we've already had to open up every single chest on this level. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Like, legitimately, on our Android account, we are already on level 4. And we were on level 4 forever ago. We are speeding through on our mobile account, but on PC, this game is trying its best to be annoying, to say the least. But at least we are getting a ton of raw dragon pieces because, you know, we need to open up every single chest anyway. It's just I'd rather get all of the dial dragon, the palm dragon, the Isis out of the way and then come back to deal with that. But you know, I guess we don't really have much choice at this point. Stupid game. I don't know why it has to be like this. Like, it could just be reasonable. Why do you have to do this to me? And if it's already like this on level 2, I can only imagine that this is going to continue on for every remaining level of the event. Because obviously your chances of getting the key in your, you know, first or second chest is rather unlikely, or relatively, especially the further into the events you go, but come on, I was at least expecting the key out of that chest I just opened. I give up. At least we can be very, very grateful that this castle event and, you know, the part 1 of the Divine event doesn't follow the same formula as the old castle events used to. Because we would be so far behind. Like, imagine if we were with the original formula where if you don't move on quickly, you get put so many days behind. I would not be a happy girl. Definitely not. So at least we could take some solace in that. But then that's like saying, hey, be glad that the game isn't made horrendously badly. So should I really be grateful for that? Or should we just say, can you just make the game reasonable? I think that is a reasonable request, don't you think? But anyway, we'll get these fights out of the way, collect all of the scatterbees that we can out of doing this. Obviously, we do have VIP tickets as well, which are definitely going to come in handy for all of this. If you do have VIP tickets, like day tickets, that you got out of the Divine chest, they are really handy for castle events, for, you know, doing the fights bit. So make sure you're taking advantage of those. I mean, I saw someone today that had like 70 VIP tickets, like day tickets. I saw someone else that had like 50 of them. And I'm like, why don't you just use them at some point? Like, why are you hoarding them? Like, instead of spending your money on 20 days of VIP, why don't you just use some of the day tickets instead? Although maybe there's a reason to save them, and maybe you can trade them in the whale mart? That's a big question mark. I don't know if they'd ever do that. I mean, a day's worth of VIP might not seem like that much on first glance, but considering that you can enter special VIP events using them, and you get more energy for events and stuff, it actually does so much. So I don't even know what I'd prefer. Would I prefer Dragon Fury Essence? No, I think I would prefer the VIP tickets on second thought. Not that it really matters to us though, but we are literally like 20 scarabs away from being able to open this chest for now. So, I guess that is just typical DML. So, I mean, we've got random floating scarabs going around, but I don't think we have quite enough yet. Oh well, I mean, I guess we do, but we'll just do that in the morning. It is 3:30. What am I doing awake again? Why do I do this every night? Like, why can't I just do things at a reasonable hour? Although I guess it is beneficial during the castle events because, you know, you're gonna have to be waking up in the middle of the night for a full week. Haha, how enjoyable. But anyway, for now, I'm gonna head off. So, best of luck with all your event stuff. I hope that you can get the Isis and the Ra. And if you are trying to breed for the Deco, then, you know, best of luck with him as well. You know, might as well go for the Matriarch if you don't have the Deco or the Matriarch, to be honest, and you really want to go for both, because, I mean, you got the breeding time chances with him, but, oh, I am actually getting more tired the more I speak. So, thank you for joining me, and until next time, I will see you then.